question, bonus question, 20 points. What is the origin of our civil rights?
The Magna Carta.
No, Tom, no. Ellen, take it.
English common law.
English common law, 20-point bonus. The boys lose 10 points. You ring the bell, you don't know the answer, it's a 10-point loss. All right, the Magna Carta. It was a document guaranteeing rights, but the rights of whom? Stacy.
The aristocracy.
The aristocracy, 10-point bonus for the girls. The aristocracy vis-a-vis the king. The people got their rights from the Commonwealth. The Commonwealth. Hence, come on, who knows?
I know.
Anthony.
Commonwealth?
Commonwealth. 10-point bonus for the boys. All right, that's good. But guys, watch out. The girls have a 45-0 lead over you. You're not doing too well. Okay, next two. Come on, let's go quickly. All right, here we go. Bonus question. 10 points. Define the word imbrue. Aha, I'll spell it for you. I-M-B-R-U-E. Imbrue.
Aloha. My name is Mr. Hand. I have but one question for you. Can you attend my class? It is for your own good, and if you can't make it, I can make you. We have a 20-question quiz every Friday. Your grade is the average of all your quizzes, plus the midterm and final, which counts for 1/3. Got it? Also, there will be no eating. E-A-T-I-N-G. No eating in this class. You get used to doing your own business on your own time. That's one demand I make. Just like you wouldn't want me to come to your house some evening and discuss U.S. history on your time. Understand?
Yes, sir.
This guy's been stoned since the 3rd grade.
Yes?
Yeah, I'm registered in this class.
What class?
This is U.S. history. See the globe right there.
Really?
Hey, may I come in?
Oh, please. I get so lonely when I hear that 3rd attendance bell ring and all my kids are not here.
Sorry I'm late. It's just like this new schedule's totally confusing. Yeah, I know that, dude.
Mr. Spicoli.
That's the name they gave me. Hey, you're ripping my car.
Yeah.
Hey, bud, what's your problem?
No problem at all. I think you know where the front office is.
I am Melanie Agnew. I'm the 12th grade English teacher at Calvin Coolidge Senior High School, and today we are going to analyze a poem. What are some of the tools that you know a poet has to create tone and theme?
Imagery.
Okay, imagery.
Feelings.
Diction.
Of developing high-level understanding through effective questioning.
Good morning. Everybody's got your journals. You should have today's date. Today. I think that students are their own best teachers, and that the best thing that I can do is sharpen their ability to ask questions and look for their own answers. And it's something that I'm still always working on and trying to get better at. So I would like to hear from 4 or 5 different people about what you see when you look at this painting. William.
The man is tired from working in the field.
Okay, so the man is tired from working in the field. And when you said he was tired, what in the painting made you feel like he was tired?
Because he's leaning on the thing and he looks tired.
Okay, so the position of his body makes him look tired to you? Yeah. Morel.
In the background, I see mountains and smoke.
Okay, in the background you see mountains and smoke. That's something that you actually see. Eric. In this lesson, students first, when they were looking at the painting, I heard some things like the body position and the smoke in the background, the town is so far away, and the expression on the face, and they're looking at these very discrete things that make them feel like there's a certain mood or tone or feeling or idea in the painting. So there is a poet, Edward Markham, who actually wrote a poem about this painting, and that's the poem that we're going to analyze today. So we are going to use collaborative inquiry to analyze this poem. So somebody tell me, what's the first thing we do in collaborative inquiry? Read and annotate or render. So what does that mean when we render the text? What does that mean? Right. Yes, you're underlining, you're circling. What are you looking for the first time? Imagery. Daniel, would you please read for us, The Man with the Hoe?
The Man with a Hoe by Edward Markham. Bowed by the weight of centuries, he leans upon his...
Then when my students looked at the print text, the things they picked out were sometimes very discrete things. And I think that by starting with a non-print text, you activate their close reading, really, because I'm asking them first to look at very specific, discrete things visually, and then asking them to do the same thing in a print text.
How would the future reckon with this man?
Though there's certainly more writing and thinking to be done, let's pause for a moment and share what our thoughts are. Shay, can you start us off? What's an image that you picked out?
The first image I picked out was the first 3 lines. Bowed by the weight of the century, he leans upon his hoe and gazes on the ground. Of course, it matches the painting we saw, but I also have a question. It says, "Is the thing the Lord God made and gave to have the dominion over sea and land." I want to just know, and I'm asking anybody in here, does anybody know what the thing is? Because I see it's capitalized like it's something important.
So we're going to hold answering that question. That's a great question. And when we share out in a seminar, that's definitely a question that we can investigate. So I teach students to evaluate questions, to differentiate between levels of questions, and then to generate those questions based on what their need is. So why did you pick out this?
William gave me that idea, and he said that an ox works in the field, and so he's in the field, so it's comparing the man and the ox.
So now, when we think of an ox, what kind of animal is an ox? Like strong. So it's not necessarily like a graceful, like beautiful animal. It's just like a hard-working, strong, kind of earthy. So when he makes that comparison there, now as you go through the end of the poem, because we've got maybe about another minute left, I want you to think about how these images might relate to that idea, right? That comparison. Okay, scholars, please pause your questioning and your investigation just for a moment so that we can share and collect a common list of questions. Let's start with clarifying questions. Did anybody have a right there or a clarifying question that they had to ask? Manaim?
It's about Shay, when she talked about the thing. I think it's slavery.
Okay, so a right there question is something that we can point to, right? Right there. So would that be a right there question?
It would.
What kind of question would that be?
It'd be think and search.
It's a higher level question, yes. And when they're investigating it, when they're taking it apart, they're activating all the different parts of their brains and really getting into stuff. And I want them to feel like that. You know, I want them to be excited about asking tough questions. I want them to ask a lot of questions.
How is this poem related to Marxist criticism?
Okay, why did you ask that question, Jitenwe?
Because when it talks about the protest, which is also a prophecy, it sounds like they're going to rebel against the people who are richer than them.
That's a great question. I think that in the academic world, it's important because the further they go, the more of that questioning they'll have to do on their own.
Poem written for the picture, or was the picture drawn for the poem, or do they have any connection?
So that's a right. I think it's also just about curiosity. You know, I want my students to be interested, and not all of the things that we teach are interesting in their own right, but by developing their ability and interest in asking questions, it opens the whole world to them. And we are going to spend some time organizing our thoughts and preparing for a discussion. So which of these questions do you think are the most rigorous or the most challenging questions? Avery?
One where she asked about how's the poem related to Marxist criticism?
Okay, yeah, that's a really great question.